So today we're going to do warm-up 2, altPairs. So given a string, return a string made up of the chars at indexes 0, 1, 4, 5, 8, 9. So kittens yields kien. So um so I took the numbers that were given 0, 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, and I see these 3 dots, so I'm assuming that it's a pattern that's going to continue towards infinity. If there is a pattern, I wasn't sure if there was a pattern, so what I did was I put the numbers, the indexes 0, 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, and I saw the relationships they had. So 0 to 1 is just adding 1, and then 1 to 4 is adding 3, 4 to 5 is adding 1, 5 to 8 is adding 3, and then 8 to 9 is just 1. So I'm assuming the pattern is just 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Yeah. So knowing that, if there's a character at index 0, we would add it to our newly formed string, and we're gonna name this string X. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then if there's a character at index 1, we're gonna add that to X, and so on. So I'm gonna start a for loop here. No, I don't need a for loop. What do I need here? Oh yeah, dude. Oh, use a while loop. So while true, you can do, because it's gonna have to switch off like on and on. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So I mean, hypothetically, look, I'm just gonna go off the DOM. I'm gonna create a Boolean variable. This lets me know if I'm gonna increment my incrementer. We're gonna create an increment inc. We're gonna use this to increment my index. So we're gonna call this Boolean inc1 because we're gonna increment by 1 if this is true. And we're gonna create another Boolean inc3 if we're gonna increment by 3. Okay, we're gonna set it to false because we're incrementing by 1 first. So here, what we're gonna do is first we're gonna see if inc is greater than x.length, so we could avoid any potential out of bounds errors. Okay, before we even do any of this, just so we don't get into any trouble, if str dot length is less than three. Yes. We're just gonna return str. So if it's less than 3, we could just return the first two strings. So say the string is string x is equal to 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2. We would return index 0 and 1 here. So you guys get a picture of it. 0, 1, right? And if it's say it's a length of 1, we just return 0, and that's what it could do for us. Okay. Else we're gonna go into here and then do some more stuff. So let me change this to string because we're going to the length of the string. Here we could just break. Okay, so x plus equal str dot char at I. Okay. Huh. Alright. How would I do this now? Okay, so if inc1 increment by 1 is true, we're gonna switch inc to 3. And then we're gonna set inc1 to false. Okay, because that means we already did it. Else, I'm gonna do an else if here just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Else if inc2 are these correctly lined up? Yeah, okay. Okay, so say we're incrementing by 3, right? We're gonna set our incrementer to 1, and then we're gonna set inc3 to false, and we're gonna set inc1 to true. So that means we just incremented by 3, now we need to increment by 1. Likewise here, if this condition hits, that means we just incremented it by 1. So now on our next incrementation, we're going to increment by 3. We're no longer going to increment by 1. And we're going to increment by 3 by switching this on. Okay? Yeah, and this should work. And if any points, I might have to do plus equal though. But first of all, look, we're going from 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1. That's what we're doing here. No, we're copying 0. That's the first thing we're doing on the first iteration. So when our increment is equal to 0, alright, we're gonna do this one. And we have increment by 1 is true, which is not true. Actually, we might as well, I think we might have to set this to false first. And then this to true. Because we're going from 0, then we're going to 1. Right? And this is what this will do right here. If we set increment 3 to true, on our next iteration, we're gonna hit this one. Right? And then we're gonna set this to false because we just already incremented. And then we're gonna set this to true. So then on our next iteration, we're going from 0 to 1. So now inc is equal to 1. Okay? And then at that point, we're gonna copy the next letter or the next character. And now we just incremented by 1. So this is gonna get hit. And then we're gonna add 3 to our incrementer, and then this should get hit. And then we're gonna get the 4th letter. On the next iteration, we'll get the 4th letter. see. Oh, I'm missing a return type. Okay. What am I returning again? I'm returning a string. So we're just gonna return x. Yep. Let me comment this out. Okay, let's see what happens here. So I got an index out of bounds error, index exception out of bounds error right here. Oh, you guys can't. I don't think you guys can see the test results here. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I get it. I get an index out of bounds here, but it looks like I'm returning what I need to return for these. And this one was fine too. Getting an index out of bounds area here. Wonder why is that? Cause I'm running this right here. So I'm assuming this should like stop the exceptions. Cause at any point, if INC is greater than str, oh, I know why. If at any point, or okay. So we're adding 3. No, it should. What if I just put an equal right here? Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just need to add an equals to it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know in the comments section. To clarify, the reason why this works after adding, after switching the condition to if our incrementer is greater than or equal to str.length. So when our incrementer is at any point equal to the string, so like say our string length is 2, right? That's the length of our, no, it's not 5, right? If any point, if INC is equal to the length of the string, it would end. So before, the problem was that if our string length was 5, our incrementer would have to be greater than 5 for it to end. So our incrementer could be equal to 5 and it wouldn't end. So here, but our incrementer was equal to, say, the last letter here, and that was causing it problems. Well, yeah, it was causing problems because on the next iteration it just go over. I think like if you guys are still, I think I might not be making much sense here. So if you guys are still a little bit confused, the best way to do is just to run through it yourself by hand and just switch this up, and see what you get. Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section and or shoot me an email.